Beautiful people. We're here for a pregame with a semi-somber mood considering the Lonzo Ball news that I just dropped recently on the channel. But it kind of is what it is, right? It, like I said, if you guys have been listening to me or watching me for a while, you should have known that was coming. I've been saying don't expect Lonzo Ball to come back for a while. But we'll get into that. We'll talk about the pregame, set the tone, all that stuff. But first, we got to get into the intro. Let's go ahead and get into that.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, and we're back. So, with all that being said, Bulls, Bucks today. No Zach LaVine. Haven't heard anything about Giannis not sitting out. So, yeah. The Bulls got a tough order ahead of them tonight. So we'll see. But the Lonzo Ball news was a kick in the nuts. Like that was just a kick in the nuts. So yeah, it kind of is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's go ahead. Let's go right to the comments. Haize, what's good? Do you think we will see people in the starting lineup today? We very well may, especially considering Zach LaVine's going to be out. I wouldn't be surprised if they do start Patrick Williams in place of Zach LaVine and kind of up the size on the starting lineup. So you'll probably see Ayo, Caruso, DeMar, Patrick Williams, and Vooch out there as the starting lineup. I would expect, but we'll see. We'll see. It says, hope Giannis sits tonight. Probably not, especially it's against the Bulls. Probably not. What's going on, everything Bulls? The Bulls are not a great team, not a championship level team, but they are a good team. Be grateful, folks. This has been such an entertaining and surprising season. Be grateful. You are 100% right. 100% right there. You saw Stone Cold's return? I absolutely did. Come on now. What's good, bro? All I can say is let us pray. Yes, let us pray. It kind of is what it is. At the end of the day, this season we were never going to win the title this season. When you look at the way everything's went, I get it that some people were hopeful the Bulls can win the title, all that, especially when they played at a certain level. I get all of that. But it wasn't going to happen. So with that being said, not to say that it doesn't matter, not to say that, anything like that, but you can kind of see where the way this season is going, right? And hopefully it balances out next year and we have relative health next year. Now, Lonzo's I don't think ever played over like 60-something games in his career, so we'll see what happens with Lonzo. But hopefully, you see COVID protocol hasn't really been a thing in the latter half of the season. They haven't been testing as much, so we definitely shouldn't have that issue next season, and hopefully we can have better health from the Chicago Bulls overall next season. So we'll see. We'll see. Not to just say, hey, let's just all look towards the next season. We still got 4 more games left this season. We still have a playoff berth in some shape, form, or fashion for us. So, let's always hope that we see good things from our team. But I'm just saying that no matter how the season ends, it's not really a L. Part of me doesn't want to watch today's game, but the fan in me has to. That's always how I feel. That's always how I feel. I'll say this, though. You got to think about it, right? Even without Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball, the team that the Bulls were out there, if you've been a long-term Bulls fan, we've seen much, much worse teams, much, much worse lineups out there, and we tried to root for those teams. So because of that, keep it in perspective. We've seen much worse out there as starting lineups for the Chicago Bulls. So please pay it's not even just about play Derrick Jones Jr. You would think that he has to. Sorry, my brain missed the L apparently. But yeah, you would think that he has to play. But Billy Donovan has done weirder shit. So we'll see. Giannis, I'm going to sit down. Oh wait, it's the Bulls. Never mind, I'm playing. Yeah, he got to get his 50 right. Giannis, come in, drop 50, sit back down. By the end of the third quarter, ain't even got to worry about it. Laxus says, with Lonzo, we have a very big chance that we will beat the Celtics in the 7-game series. Oh, well, Laxus, I don't know if you saw my update video, but Lonzo did feel still discomfort in that knee after ramping up the last few days. So it's more than likely that Lonzo is done for this season and the postseason. more than likely. Now, they haven't officially called it. Last thing that I read said that they will have a meeting of the minds probably sometime tomorrow, but I really just think that's how they're going to come out and confirm to the fan base that they know is going to be disappointed. But by all stretch of everything, don't expect Lonzo Ball back this season. It's over with. The Lonzo thing for this season, the hope, put that hope and concern somewhere else because it's not happening this season. Not happening. It's time to move on. No, come on. What? No. Oh, you mean I'm sorry. I should have. This is why I read the rest of the comments. Yeah, I mean that's it. We have to move on because he's not. Lonzo Ball is not walking through that door. So with that being said, like, yeah, you have to, like, we'll see him next season. And hopefully he spends the offseason really strengthening up that knee and preparing. Listen, I'm telling you guys, Lonzo Ball with the chip on his shoulder is going to be down. Lonzo's going to come out killing next season. But because of that, yeah, we got to move on. It is what it is. Alex Caruso, Ayo Dosunmu are going to hold down the point guard position, and we'll see what happens. We'll see wherever the everything lands. What's going on, Massive Bulls fans? What's up, brother? Everything Bulls says wearing Bulls merch. Yeah, man. It's after the loss and then this news. Like I wasn't wearing Bulls merch, partially because the team pissed me off. And then even after they pissed me off, it was because they won those 2 games back to back. And I was like, we're going to see how long we can ride this out. They lost, and now the Lonzo news. Yeah, Bulls merch is back on. It's back on. It is what it is at this point. Whatever happens, happens. Haize, I think we need to rest any players that need in the next few. No, we need to first secure that we don't get in the play-in. So that comes before anything, right? It's before the play-in. It's secure that. Now that could come by even a Cavs loss tonight, or it could come by the next Bulls win. But either way, until one of those things happen, I wouldn't worry. But I do agree with you. Once we are secured in not being a play-in team, I would think you would think about resting Caruso. You would think about giving DeMar some rest. Maybe alternate. We got 3 games after this game, so if we do lock it up tonight, not beating the Milwaukee Bucks, but by the Cavs losing, maybe you rest each one of them over the next 3 games. Give one of them each a night off. So we'll see. What do you think about calling up Marko Simonovic? It's much ado about nothing. Marko Simonovic is not ready. He's not. His body would not stand the test of time. He's not going to offer anything outside of garbage time. I don't see much from Marko Simonovic this season. But, they probably called him up. The G League season was over with, so he would have just been sitting around anyway. Why not have him travel with the team? Why not have him sit there? Why not have him soak in some playoff atmosphere, some of the playoffs if he's still called up by then? That's what I think that's more about than anything else. Julie says, hey, chat from Fontno. Don't know whether to be excited or be scared. Listen, it kind of is what it is. It is what it is. Juan Miller says, Haize, I know that's not the right attitude, but would you rest Zach and Debo so they can be ready for I kind of just talked about that. I would say until that playoff spot is secured, you don't rest all of them. That's my thing. But I understand where you're getting at with that, and I can say that even though I don't agree, I completely understand the mindset that you have with that. Is that give them some rest. But my thing is that with the Bulls' luck, they would rest, and then Charlotte would come out killing them, right? LaMelo would have a career night or something, and then we end up in the play-in. So because of that, my mindset goes right to more so securing that we avoid the play-in first, and then once the avoiding of the play-in secured, that's when you do other things. Haize, do you think we strategically approach these last 4 games to try to line up with Boston? No, because at this point, honestly, it kind of is what it is. That's it. It kind of is what it is. I don't think we don't have the position to try to strategically line up with any team. I don't think. Steve O Speak says, I honestly can say for the first 10 games in, I was already thinking next season. Honestly, that was before the IO glow up 100 offseason Zach will have with DeMar. If Zach gets the pace, it's over. Well, we'll see. There's a lot to build up on. At this season, and we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. I trust AK and Eversley to continue to improve the team, and these players need to continue to work. So it is what it is. Well, that's sad. Playoff experience for everyone and together would be huge. Yes, it would. It absolutely would be huge. But, it is what it is. We need defense, energy, in a solid third quarter tonight. We need solid defense throughout, yes, and we definitely need to not let them come out and completely outscore us in the third quarter. Kobe not shooting well. Zach hurt. Caruso hurt. Not having 3-point shooters. Wow, this game and the rest not looking good. Maybe next year. It was always next year. But with that being said, I mean, could we see the Bulls get hot from three? Patrick Williams is a solid 3-point shooter, not a volume shooter so far in his career. We know that Io can hit open threes when he takes them, right? We'll see what happens. It kind of is what it is, man. It kind of just is what it is. Haize, what's your prediction on Kobe watching the North Carolina game? I talked about that. I actually talked about that in my pre-recorded video yesterday. I think that I understand why it's frustrating for some Bulls fans. I understand why it's frustrating for a lot of Bulls fans, considering his play, considering he said we won. No, we didn't win. Your old college team won, but we did not win. So I can understand the frustration and things like that. So yeah, I understand it, and that's why in the video that I did yesterday, I played more of the clip, because very often a lot of Bulls channels just played the clip with the clap it up, but they didn't play like him saying, no, I need to shoot my way out of it. Us as a team, we're looking at the next opponent. We're not thinking ahead. So Kobe's young, and I think that it displayed itself in a moment like that. I think very often people forget Kobe's 22, but with that being said, yes, he's going to do some immature things, but we need to see the play on the court. And maybe, just maybe, seeing his team get their asses busted last night maybe motivates him to kind of prove some things for North Carolina. We'll see. MC Season. Haize, thoughts on ball? Focus. What the fuck is my camera doing? There we go. Haize, thoughts on ball? Stan saying Lonzo is fully healthy, but Lonzo holding out because he's dead. Yeah, because they're idiots. Listen, any Ball family stan that says some idiotic shit like that, all you do is look at them and just wonder how sad their life is that they have to stand a family, right? Not a team. And one thing's being a fan. I am a fan of the two Ball brothers and I'm not even one of the Ball family fans. I don't give a damn about LeVar Ball, and I think Jello is not going to be an NBA player. So I'm not a Ball family stan at all. But for people who are stans of that family, they're just like they're I don't want to say incompetent, right? They are unreasonable and irrational people. They just are. They literally are. There's not a single Ball family stan. Keep in mind, I'm using stan, not fan. There's not a single Ball family stan that has a reasonable basketball take. And that's for somebody who's a stan of anybody. If you are a stan of somebody, you have lost objectivity of the game of basketball. So you just got to ignore them. Trey, Zach is out tonight. Yes, absolutely. Zach is out tonight. Let's see. Man, this roster will be, I don't know how different the roster is going to be overall, right? I think our starting five, with Patrick Williams being in the starting five, they're still all going to be here. Alex is still going to be on the bench. Io's still going to be on the bench. Javonte's still going to be here. So really that leaves the spots. Derrick Jones Jr. is a huge question because the team could offer him a huge amount of money because he's still very young and has a lot of potential on top of being a solid player already. Troy Brown Jr., gone. I don't think the Bulls are going to sign him, even though he does still have some potential, but I don't think they have time to wait on that. We'll see what happens with Tristan. Tony Bradley Jr. is probably gone as well. Matt Thomas is probably gone. So it's really those spots that I expect to make huge, and I guess maybe you could say it's going to look very different because our whole bench mob technically is going to be different, but I think that they're going to replace those players with veterans who are more solid, both two-way players, maybe a specialist with shooter. We'll see what happens with Kobe White. But yeah, it's going to be different, but I don't know if it's going to be as different as some Bulls fans are hoping for. And I know not everybody wants to hear that, but it kind of is. That's my opinion. Pablo Mata says, at Haize, I'm telling you, this Bulls team is going nowhere. They're going to compete for a title for the next several years. I'm telling you, this Bulls team is going nowhere. And then you say they are going to compete for a title for the next 7 years, in my opinion. So wait, which one is it? Are they going somewhere or are they going nowhere? That first part completely confuses me on what you're trying to say here. But I agree with the last part of that. Yes, this Bulls team is going to be very good for a very long time. That's why the people who are so focused on the 3-year window, because that's how long DeMar's contract are really, really missing the point. Really missing the point. Sahid, I got that one. Man, it's just devastating. I was thinking earlier of how I wanted Lowry on this team instead of Lonzo, but he surprised me this season with the shooting. Just glad to be in it. Yeah, I mean, listen, we still have Lonzo on this team for a very long time. A very long time. And Lonzo can still develop some as well. What up, Haize? I'm in the small sample size of fans that is refusing to count our guys out. The East is open, and if we play the right way, we can make noise. It'll be tough, but good year regardless. To me, it's a good year regardless anyway, producer HAC. So I agree with you in that point. And I know a lot of Bulls fans are really, because their expectations got so high up when the Bulls playing the best that they were, that they've come so far down with the Bulls playing as bad as they have. But, overall, this season is a solid season, right? This season was never meant to be a championship season. This season was meant to be, hey, we can put a playoff team together and give us something to build on going forward. To put a team in place that it lets our young players also develop some. To put a team in place where a lot of our better players are still fairly young, right? Lonzo, still young. Zach, still young, right? Now, Zach, he needs to tighten up some things, but we don't know how much more leaps are left in Zach, but he can still tighten up his game some. Ayo, Kobe, Patrick Williams, right? Caruso isn't that old either. If they decide to retain Derrick Jones Jr., like there's enough on this team. Marko Simonovic, what do they have in him? There's enough on this team to where you still are going to have solid pieces, and you're allowing those players to develop while your veterans like DeMar, Vooch, maybe trail off a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Wow, we already throwing in the towel. I still have hope that we can get this game tonight. Go Bulls. Hey, listen, the Bulls, we know, we've seen it, right? We've seen it without Zach. Now that some of that was with Lonzo too, but we'll see, right? Kobe, at some point, Kobe's going to have a bust out night. He's going to, right? That's just the type of scorer he is. Does that come tonight? Does Kobe go off where he's like 7 of 9 from 3-pointers? All could very well happen tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Paul is starting tonight. All right. That's what I like to see. That's clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Haize, check the Discord. What's going on in Discord? What happened? What did you fools do in our Discord server? Let's see what you guys did. Do. Clap it up. Clap it up. Let me check it on my phone because the website is acting bougie for me. Let's see what we got here. What is in the Discord? Oh, you motherfuckers are stupid. You mother, I can't stand you bastards. That's funny, man. I'm glad we're all brothers in there. Like I really do. Brothers and sisters, because we do have Evening Haize, go Bulls. Once again, thanks for all your all the content you give us. You're the best. I appreciate that. I specialize in breaking news. I was going to talk about the Lonzo Ball news just here, but I was like, I might as well drop a video because everybody isn't going to catch the live stream, especially because it's a pregame live stream. People may not come back in to catch it. I don't think Thad can come back. Thad can come back next season because he's a free agent. He can sign anywhere he wants to. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I think they may aim a little bit higher than Thad initially. Now, if Thad comes back for the mid-level exception, then possibly. Facebook user, 2 years ago, no playoffs or bubble invite. Last year, no playoffs. This year, playoffs and perennial contenders. That's a reality, Adrian. Yes, Adrian, you are highly correct there. We're going to get more weapons this offseason. Bench will change. The weapons we've picked up this season will lead us next year for sure. Sadly, the season curse came again. Listen, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But we still are much better off than what we were this time last year, right? Much better off than where we were this time 2 seasons ago. It is what it is, period. So, it kind of just is what it is. Godsley says, hoping for another good game from Pat. You and me both, especially somebody said he's in the starting lineup. So if that's correct, hopefully he shows up and shows out. Well, we may not win tonight. Just hope the Cleveland Cavaliers do not win tonight. Listen, yeah, hey, you're right. No, that was not true. That was, oh my God, no, Vlogger HD. If you're going to use something, make sure you catch up. He came out and debunked that. Somebody completely misquoted him. So he was actually speaking theoretically on that may be the type of player that would, if they became available, that AK and Eversley may go after if they became available. It was never something to be like for sure, something to be a rumor. Somebody took part of that and developed their own rumor and posted it. So no, they're actually not going to try to make a move for Ayton or Rudy Gobert. Millar Miller says, I don't care what anyone says. Us Bulls fans and players with knee issues equals PTSD. Nonetheless, thanks for the update. Got to get ready whether we finish 5th or 6th seed. LOL, in my Cloud 9 4-game winning streak. Listen, 4-game winning streak's not happening. Now, if it does happen, I'd be extremely happy if it does happen, but it's probably not going to happen. Yes, I agree. This season is not a disappointment for me. Bulls have some things to figure out. Just like each team, think positive and believe this is the way. This is the way. Young Stingray says, what's good, Haize? We got Chi-Town Bulls and those goddamn green ruined deer. As always, how you doing today? I'm great, brother, and fuck those cheese-headed bastards. So, yeah, that's where I stand. You know, Haize, the closer this season is to ending, all I can think about is how we've won already 14 more games than we did last year and how we only going to get even better. See, Red, absolutely. Listen, Nick Tolliver, I love that mindset because absolutely the Bulls are only going to get better. The Bulls can only get better. And because we have a front office now that we can trust that have shown us so far, that you can rest easy thinking and realizing, hey, this is what happened. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. Super chat. Haize, I'm finally back from the Duke loss. I need the Bulls to fix my sports vibes. I don't know if that's going to happen today, Byron, but thank you for supporting the chat at that level. Let's hope. Let's hope it happens. Is Nurkic? Yes, Nurkic is a free agent. That's not to anyone who wants to see Vooch replaced with Nurkic, no. But that is a player that I would not mind the Bulls signing and bringing on the bench to have as their backup big. Would not mind. Matter of fact, I think Nurkic can probably play better next to Vooch than what Tristan Thompson ever was going to be able to. Would you play Kobe tonight? Now, if everybody was healthy, well, minus Lonzo, because we knew he was never going to play in this game, I would probably say no. In this game now, with Zach being out, yes, you have to play Kobe some. You have to play Kobe some. Jalen Rose said it best. Chicago now actually has a living and breathing front office that's willing to make moves. Wow. I didn't even know that quote existed. Wow. That's crazy. That's wild. But very, very true and very factual indeed. Let's see what else we got. If the Bulls do get rid of Billy, what coach do you think the Bulls will get? It's not, so let's stop this now, right? And I'm going to say this now just like I did with trade rumors. I'm not talking about Billy Donovan leaving this team because Billy Donovan is not leaving this team. They are not going to fire Billy. Keep in mind, when you cut coaches, you have to still pay their salary. They are not cutting Billy Donovan with 2 years left on his contract and have to pay another coach over that same time. And considering the injuries and everything, the way they're going to give Billy at least another year. Now, could they cut him if next season ends as disappointingly as this one ends down the stretch? Next season, absolutely. They are not firing Billy Donovan in this offseason. Billy Donovan will be back, period. Haize, what's the worst take? We should hire Mark Jackson as our next coach, or we should trade. Both are terrible. Both are equally terrible. Both are like that is literally people who have legitimately said the Bulls should hire Mark Jackson, and they're not saying it as a joke are idiots. Period. That's it. I'm not even backing down off that. I don't care how you feel. Fuck how you feel if that makes you feel a type of way. I don't care. It's not happening. It's not happening. Now, the AD thing, I can understand that more because of what type of player AD is when he's optimal and playing his best. But we are far behind the years of AD playing his best. So you even want to bet on AD being healthy. AD may very well sneeze and shatter his orbital bone. You don't want that type of thing on your team. You don't want that type of thing on your team. Kind of surprising Zach is not playing considering we had an off day. Not really, because it's a back-to-back. I guarantee you, if the Bulls did not have a back-to-back tomorrow playing Boston, he would have played tonight. And because I'm just guessing this franchise probably says, hey, we have a better chance at beating Boston than we do have it beating the Bucks even with Zach LaVine playing. Rather than rest Zach LaVine against Boston, let's give him the rest against Milwaukee. We'll see you against Boston tomorrow, and let's beat those bastards. That's what I think's happening. Godly said, for real, why would somebody? Because fans are fans, right? Fans are fans. Period. They're weird. They're weird. You still up for that? Push Forward TV. You still up for that bet with the win tonight? Well, it wasn't just a win. Keep in mind, the McKinney jersey was if the Bulls lead from start to finish, meaning that they would have, if they lead at the end of every quarter, and I don't expect like Milwaukee not to go up at some point like in the middle, but I'm saying if the Bulls are winning at the end of every quarter, I will buy them the Alfonso McKinney jersey and I'll wear it the first game of the playoffs. At the end of the day, the Lakers and the Knicks aren't making the play-in, so why, oh why would I be upset? Atlanta ain't slick either. They thought they were going to repeat Bulls versus the world. Lakers may make that play-in. They haven't been statistically counted out yet, have they? Or if they have, I haven't paid attention. I've been so obsessed over the Eastern Conference standings, I haven't paid attention. No, the Los Angeles Lakers can technically still make the play-on. The Spurs are now a play-in team as well, but it's looking less and less likely with them being 2 games behind San Antonio for that 10th spot. So we'll see. Let's see. Would you give the MLE to Jones, Young, or Covington? Jones, are you talking about Derrick Jones Jr. or who? What Jones are you referring to? And I guess you're meaning Thad Young or Robert Covington. It'll be Thad. For me, it'll be Thad. Just because, listen, I have a weak spot for ex-Bulls, but I think Thad gives us a lot of exactly what we need, as well as going back to being a mentor for Patrick Williams. I like having Thad on this team. Who said anything about Kobe wanting to go back to NY? Where did you're not the first one to leave? Who said any, like, where did this thing come from with Kobe wanting to go back to NY? Is Kobe? I didn't even know he was from New York. Is Kobe White from New York? Let's see. Where did this NY thing come from? No, he went to high school in North Carolina. Where's this NY thing coming from? You meant NC, maybe? If we want to ruin the team, we can always fire BD and get Doc Rivers. That's funny. That's funny. Portis? Portis ain't coming here, fam. Portis ain't coming. Mo Bamba, keep in mind, Mo Bamba's a restricted free agent. It's going to be very difficult to get Mo Bamba, but I wouldn't mind taking a look at Mo Bamba, but we'll see. We'll see. I think they're going to go after more, like TJ Warren, Nurkic, Covington are probably more likely than not on there because I don't think they're going to go after younger players. I just don't think. Kobe from North Carolina, people would just be typing. Yeah, I thought so because it was somebody else in my pre-recorded videos. Kobe wants to go back to NY. I'm like, why? I didn't even respond to it because I'm like, why NY? What? Yes, there's actually a whole video about the update to Lonzo. Lanzo, who's Lanzo? Who is Lanzo? But yes, there's an update on Lonzo Ball. He did still face discomfort. He's more than likely not coming back this season or the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that. Kind of miss Nikola. This is literally in the almost 9 months I've been doing this show, the first time I've ever seen somebody say they kind of miss Nikola Mirotic. And this is what I'll say. I wouldn't hate it. I'm not honestly, I would not hate Nikola being on this team. I would not hate Nico. It's Nico Mir. You got me mixing up 2 players' names. I would not hate Nico being back on this team. With the way that it's currently constructed, I would not be surprised. Vincent Harris, if you don't stop leaving the same comment, brother, what happened? What happened to you, fam? You used to not be on that troll shit. What happened, bro? What happened, man? Vincent, come on, man. Come on back home, bro. We family in here. You ain't got a troll in here, bro. Come on, man. Lanzo and Z Lasagna, who shoot first? That's crazy. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Now, Millar Miller is leaving. Like, y'all got to stop with the same comments, man. Come on, we family here. Stop doing that. You go do that over at Inside the Chicago Bulls. Leave that shit. Oh, no, just fucking with y'all. I saw Top Notch. Yeah, you listen. Don't even worry about it. Top Notch in those horrible Photoshop players in jerseys. It's so ugly, so ugly. Top Notch doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Matter of fact, I would say that literally you are better off getting your Bulls rumors from my dog than Top Notch. Because at least he's around somebody who's an actual Bulls fan to soak up something. If the motherfuckers start talking, I wouldn't be surprised if his first word is C-Red. Top Notch, you don't listen to Top Notch don't know shit. He don't know shit. Leonard, listen, I'm glad that I stayed here for, if nothing else, Leonard Thomas coming up. That's my brother. What's going on, Leonard? Chicago Bulls fans, stand up. That's it. I did what I came to do on this stream. That's it. I can end this stream knowing very good and well that my boy Leonard Thomas showed up. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. What up, Haize? Go Bulls. What's going on, little pre 1, 2, 3? Did you change your username? Was that always what it's been? But all right, y'all, we're into the stream. I will see you guys again at halftime for the halftime hangout. Make sure you're here at halftime. If this is your first time here, click that subscription button, click the notification button so you get notified of every time. Leonard, I hope to see you at the halftime hangout. I love you guys, man. Go Bulls. See Red. It's gonna be a tough game tonight, but we got this. Love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace, y'all.